let's get started. Let's see. Hi everyone, how's it going? Okay, so let me get my microphones a bit far away. There we go. Okay, yeah, welcome back everybody. So the app, I just did an update, has been launched. For some of you guys already using the Irish traditional music accompaniment app or tool. So let me know how you get on with it. Just to see if you can actually hear all the different things that have been uploaded and how you're getting on with the practicing and how easy is it to use and does it sound okay, and basically how are you getting on with the app. Okay, so that would be brilliant if you can let me know. What we're going to do, just going to continue on. I think same thing as last week. We'll look at a tune, we'll add some accompaniment, we'll learn what the tune is for tin whistle, we'll add accompaniment on the bouzouki, and we'll use the app as we go. So what we're going to do there today then is the Kesh jig. Okay, so it's quite a well-known session tune, probably one of the most famous session tunes, definitely I would say in the top 10. So this is what it looks like. This is what we're going to play on the tin whistle, this part here. I might actually change while we're here. Actually, might change the the bouzouki tab so you guys could see what it would look like if you were playing it on bouzouki. You probably actually want to play it. I'm just looking to see if I'm looking to see, is that going to be easier to play without the capo or with a capo? It's easy enough actually with the thing, but yeah, we'll add a capo anyway just in case. So let me just do that first. Tempo. What would the speed be? But not this. Probably 60. Yeah, it's a good sort of speed to aim for, I would say, for learning. To aim for that speed. What I'm hopefully going to do with the app as well is have a section where you guys can download the MuseScore and the PDF files for this as well, so you'll be able to sort of use the materials I'm using here. So yeah, that app is going to become basically like a teaching tool away from all my courses, really. So the thing I need to do then is go in here and change around the tuning. If I'm going to add the capo, let me see, edit strings. Edit this string, this G. If I'm going to add the capo on 5 on the bouzouki, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And edit 5 frets up from D3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits G. That looks about right. And then 5 frets up from A3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the most important one, top one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, actually, it would only be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because I was at E already. So that should be tune G dad, but with a capo on your 5th fret, all the strings are now C G D G. Okay, so when we add the capo on, that will make sense for you guys. So if I just apply that, did that do it correctly? Yeah, actually it has. Yeah, there's a lot more open strings, which is what I always aim for. That's how I know it's going to sound better, I think. So, Kesh jig, if you want to play the tune, capo on 5. I'll add in the chord charts as well as we go. Okay, so that's the tab, or yeah, bouzouki tab updated. Let's see if we can just record the tune. I wish I had to make sure I do this in the right order, so apologies that it will take me a while just to get into the hang of this. Record tin whistle vertically and audio hijack. Okay, let's do that then. If I just bring this camera to whistle, what does it do? Yeah. Guess where my whistle's gonna go? There. Now what I need to do is make sure the whistle's activated. Okay, let me see. Tin whistle, where are you? Get rid of that. And my tin whistle should be activated, so I'll probably sound a lot more trebly than normal now. trying to get the camera out of the way, or the microphone out of the way as much as possible. I think that looks about right. Get my microphone or my lead out of the way. So let's, if I was to actually go back just a second so you guys can see the app, that might be better actually. You can see what I use for the app here. There's the app. I always use Google Chrome, guys. I find the audio is always better in Google Chrome. Sometimes when you use Safari, even when you're using like iPhone or iPad, when you're using Safari, it does tend to sometimes be a bit of an issue when it comes to audio, the buffering and everything. So it doesn't really like long audio files. So if you find that if you're using like an iPhone and you find, after, a couple of minutes that there's like a click or something, or, on the app, or, that it isn't as long as you want it to be, try just using the app on Google Chrome. Safari's a bit weird when it comes to audio. It's just one of those things that Apple does. So yeah, use the Chrome app, I think is better. And let me just get rid of all of this. Get rid of palettes, layout, and properties. There we go. Okay, so this is the version of the tune I'm going to be using. I could probably do actually everything being a bit closer. Let me see. Yeah, the spacing's always a bit weird in MuseScore. Let me just make that a bit smaller. Bring everything up a wee bit closer to each other. See them here. There doesn't need to be such a huge gap between each system. There we go. Yeah, just squish everything on the page a bit. There we go. So we can try and fit it all in one. There we go. Okay, now it is going to be a jig. I'm actually going to be working on another app to help people identify tunes as well, and maybe even chord progressions. So I'll see what I can come up with. But if you've known anything about the musical theory that I introduced in some of the courses, you'll know that when you see this little symbol here, this little sharp symbol, this one little sharp, indicates that we're in the key either of G major or E minor. This is going to be a G major tune. There's lots of G's in it. So all I need to do here is select G. And it's a jig, 6/8. So let's go to jig. And probably recording it nice and slow to begin with anyway. Okay, let's see. Did I take that recording? Yeah. Okay. Right. I'm just gonna check my audio. Sorry, guys. I know it's as frustrating for anyone watching on YouTube at the moment. Sorry. There's not many who watch me on YouTube, but for you guys, I always go back just to check my audio. Yeah. It's okay. Okay. Right. Go back to live. There we go. Okay. So that was the slowest that I can do it at about 90. It actually gets harder if I do it any slower than that because I have to sort of think of every single individual note and where it's landing within the beat. So to do it even slower than that, it's actually hard. So yeah, 90 is sort of like a good thing to aim for when you're learning the tune to begin with. You know, when you're just doing it note by note, that's the sort of fluency that you want to aim for. You know, after a good few practice sessions at it, and then of course build it up over time. Let's see. Let's try 135 next. And just make sure that I'm still recording. Yes, I am. Actually, let's stop at that just for a sec, just to see. Yeah, it's a wee thing in that D, which is getting a wee bit annoying, but it'll be okay. Okay. So here we go for the faster one, which is actually easier for me. Try that again. There we go. 1, 2. Okay. Let's just stop that recording and see how we're getting on. That one was a wee bit messy, but I'll tidy it up. Okay, first part down. Okay, so record tin whistle, find appropriate chords, and then we'll record the pizzichi at the end. Okay, so we've got the Kesh jig there. We'll just save that as is. So that's another little asset we can use, and we'll just keep that handy if we need the practice tool. And we'll go back to normal microphone, I think. There. Okay, we're back to normal microphone. Yay. Sounds okay in the headphones now. Okie doke. So as usual, guys, if you have any questions while we're doing this or afterwards, if you're watching this like on repeat, just post in the chat as well if there's anything you're not sure about as I'm going through it. I think that's all the audio good to go. Now, let me just make sure I name these correctly. Okay, so this should be the Kesh jig, I'm hoping, at 75. Or was it 90? Let's check. I think it's 90 actually. Yes, my bad. Okay, so Kesh jig at 90 beats per minute. Boop, boop, boop. It's actually hard to read. There we go. Yeah, okay. And this should be the one that's at 120, was it? I think the fastest one is 135. Yeah, okay, 120. Yeah, I'll add this in as well into the app, guys. As you know, we're going to be doing this every week now. So any tune that I'm doing, you know, the recordings, I'm just going to dump them in here now. It just makes life so much easier, you know, that students are able to find it. Just like if you go to the one in A, and you'll find the old copper plate is in there. I may only do 2 recordings, guys. I may not do like 4 recordings of the reel because it just takes up a lot of extra space. So I'll do like the slow version and a sort of fast-ish, second fastest version for each one, I think. You don't really need it for every single speed. So the old copper plate is in there. I press play. That was last week's, and there's the old copper plate at 105. More comfortable. So I'm going to do the same thing with the Kesh jig. I'll do this every week with another tune. Okay, let's just go back to jigs and G. There we go. I'll just minimize that out of the way. Now, the thing I need to do is I need to edit this. So if I go into... Did I do this last week? I think I went into Fission first. I think so. Yeah, I'll go into Fission. Yeah, and just get rid of all the gunk. Don't need that at the beginning. What's all this? Is that me speaking? Oh, that was the slow. It is. What's all this? Oh, okay. Don't need any of that, I think. I'll just leave the breath in. Me going at the start. Okay, you don't have to be so quick about it. You know, take your time when you're breathing for playing at the speed. Just nice and relaxed. Good. I don't need any of that. Okay, that should be the whole thing, shouldn't it? Yeah. So I'll save that, I think. Just let me check the tuning. So I'm still trying to, you know, tune the shush whistle a wee bit. It's hard to sort of get it, and it's a wee bit stiff at the moment. So the guys at the shush factory have been very helpful. You know, saying how to loosen it. You know, you can put it into not boiling water but hot water, and try and loosen it up that way. And I've tried quite a few things, but I think the one that I got, maybe it's the hot weather. I think that's probably it, guys. The hot weather over the last few weeks has really made this whistle like it's gotten to the stage where I'm scared to put any more force into it. Otherwise, I think I'm going to crack it. I'm actually using pliers and rubber gloves for grips and everything, really trying to pull this apart. So I'll just leave it for a while until the cold weather comes in again, I think. But it just means some of these recordings might be a little bit out of tune. Should be G. Yeah. Yeah, it's out of tune. It's flat. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll push that through pitch switch aft in a minute, just to tune it up a wee bit. And this one as well, I'll open this in Fission. The only reason I'm doing all this for you guys here is just so you can see what I'll be using as like the backing track for the bouzouki. That's the main thing. Oops. I just cut off too much there. I probably did. There we go. Yeah, you can probably tell if I play the ending of it. It needs to be higher. Yeah, okay, so you know. Let's save that. And those two now should begin right off the bat. Yeah, same with this one at 100 or 90. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing then is let's put him through pitch switch. And we'll tune him up. Let's do the slow one first. Go into pitch switch, go into fine adjust pitch. This is the thing that saves me quite a bit of trouble when it comes to recording for you guys. Fine adjust pitch. It saved my skin so many times. Yeah, I've pushed it up 2 cents here. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Pretty close to what we need. Let me just save as. It's the 91, I think. Yeah. So save the 91, save it over itself so it doesn't take up any extra room. Okay, so that's this one here done. In fact, if I play that one. Here's the auto tune one. Don't notice it that much actually, but it's just when you start adding harmony and the bouzouki to it, you know, it just does become quite obvious after a while. Okay, so that's the Kesh one there, and this is the 121. Same thing, I'll just keep it up to. Okay, so they're both kind of in tune, or at least they're more in tune than what they were. And probably I've played them too long as well. So if I just open it in Fission again, just to see is there anywhere I can cut this off. We don't need the first one. Probably here. Or we could cut. Yeah, right there. Just get rid of that for a sec. Yeah, I only wanted the twice, and yeah, that's it twice now. 3 times is a bit much. Because you can always just play it again if you need to. So that's the Kesh jig twice fast. And how many times did I do it slow, just to double check? Open with Fission. And it starts again there. So I think that's 1, and then this should be 2. So I think that's okay, actually, the way it is. Don't have to do anything else. Okay, 2 things down. Now let's add some Byron to this as well. If I just open Logic Pro here and give some reverb and stuff to it just so it doesn't sound so dry. Empty project will do. Okay, let me drag in this one. You don't need this anymore. Delete track. Okay, so that's the 91. I'm just going to add the Byron background. Now, the Byron background that I'm adding is the exact same one that you guys have in the app. So the only reason I'm adding it here is just to, you know, make a better tin whistle sound. So when I upload it for you guys, you don't need to have like click 2 buttons. I don't think you even can do that. I think it only does one thing at a time. So you'll just click like the one thing and you'll have tin whistle and Byron together. So, but it's exactly the same one that we used here. So there's no difference. You're not getting anything different. Okay, so instrumental, accompaniment, jig. Oh goodness. Jig. G. That's 90. Yeah, just put you in there somewhere for a second. You'll notice that this lasts a long time. Okay, so that's the file that you guys can practice to in the app. You see that it goes on for about 10 minutes. You don't need it that long. Okay, but I do need it to line up though. Where did I start here? I put it to there. Would that line up, do you think? Just realized I'm doing the wrong thing. I don't want the accompaniment. I just wanted the Byron for you guys, because for anyone who's doing bouzouki, you don't want to have a bouzouki in the background there. You want just the Byron rhythm. Oops. I'm sorry. Get rid of that. Yeah. Put in the. It's jig only. Yeah. So or Boron only, I should say. Yeah. Sorry about that. That makes more sense now. Let's do that again. So it should literally just be Boron with some strumming. It's, I'll get it right someday. Let's line it up again. Ooh. Okay, where do you come in? Where do I come in even? I come in kind of here, so I might just move him a wee smidgen over. So imagine you're playing the bouzouki along with it. Okay, I need to get that last dum. Yeah, that little guy there. Okay, little trick of the trade here. Usually when, obviously this is meant to be lasting like 10 minutes. So what I tend to do is just take that, put him into a new part, have that come down as this is getting louder, and add the delay to this. Let me see. How did I do this? Decay. Let me see. Should be just poof. There we go. So it just sounds like it doesn't just cut out, there's a little bit of a poof at the end of it. There we go. That'll do. Yeah, you wouldn't believe the amount of things you have to do just to make a track. Yeah, it's fun trying to do like 50 of these. Okay, so that should be that done. Have I just now bounced that? That should take like a second to do, and then we can accompany that on the bouzouki. What should we call it? Kesh jig, tin whistle, and Byron. Spell it properly. There we go. There we go. There it is, just making its way through it. It should only be like a minute and a half. Yeah. That's it done. Okay, so here is the tin whistle and Byron together. Now here's what it was originally. Now remember, we've cut that out and we've tuned it up as well. Now here it is with the Byron. that's going to be good to upload as well. So we actually don't need this version anymore. And let's do the same thing for the longer one as well. We can actually take this out and just drag this in using the same parameters, same, yeah, plugins and stuff. Okay, now we have to obviously get rid of this and bring in the 120 one and line him up now. There we go. Yeah, so I'll get faster doing this, guys. You know, you won't have to suffer as much in future videos. It's a wee bit out. Let me see. Let me see if I just do like the first, I'd say 8 bars should be enough, shouldn't it? Yeah, do. Oh, this might be a wee bit trickier. Is it one of these? Yeah, that last one would be good. Okay, so if I just break him off from everyone else, same thing as before, drag him down now to here, make sure he still lines up okay. There we go. Have this coming out as this comes in, and that dies out as well. And that should be the same thing as before. It's probably a wee bit too tinny. Let's see. Yeah, I could probably end it a bit earlier. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's try it a bit. Yeah, it's better. A bit more, maybe 2-second decay. Yeah, that'll do. Doesn't have to be, you know, it's not going to be recording studio standard. Just to give some you guys like something to accompany with. A wee bit more time just for it to die out. Yeah, okay, that'll do. Let's bounce. Same thing. Let's call it tin muscle bar on, but this time it's going to be at 120. Means that 90 to 120. And we're good to go. Again, should only be like a minute and a half. Not even, just over a minute. So. And here's the Kesh, 90. There we go. So those two will be added to the app, guys, for any of you who are, have the Irish Traditional Music Practice Tool. What an awful name. You can tell I don't have marketing experience. But it does what it says. Okay, so we actually don't need this anymore. Okay, those two are good. Okay, now that we have this, let's get rid of all this stuff. Yeah, let's try coming up with a few things. Check my audio. Let's just say, am I in tune? Okay, oh, just check my audio. Okay, radio. Let's bring up the app, as usual, just to show you guys where everything is. Okay, so this should be capo on. Let me see. Oops. There. Okay, so there we go. C, G, D, G. Now, if you can remember when we were looking back at the Kesh jig here in the MuseScore file, you'll know that I switched over the tunings of the actual Bouzouki tab to match, hopefully to match this. It should be the same. C, D, G, G. C, G, D, G. Hard to say that up to full speed. Let's check it out just to be sure. So if I go in here and just be absolutely positive about that. If I go into edit strings, it should be C, yeah. G, D, and G, yeah. So that's why I was changing this part here in the in the actual app, the MuseScore app, so that it matches what you guys would do if you put your Kappa 1.5. Okay, so open course here on this third course open. It should be this G, because you put the Kappa 1.5. I can actually spell correctly. There we go. Okay. So that's good to go as well. That's handy. Radio. Oh, let's come up with some stuff here. I already come up with a couple of wee things there, but nothing too fancy. Just to show you guys what we're doing. Kappa O, of course, on the 5th fret. And make sure you're using, of course, your actual first, second, and third courses more than the fourth course. I only really introduced the fourth course when I'm playing proper chords. So it's all based around that. Your actual G major scale. Let's play it with some tunes. Now there's a wee thing in there that so it's almost like you're trying to do a, and you can't go da dum. Ideally what you want to be able to do is something like that's the sound ideally that you would like to have. But unfortunately we can't hit that because we're not able to go lower than dum, which is really your C. Dum, can't go lower than that C, and because we can't go lower than that C, we have to sort of substitute a new line in. So instead of just going dum, you're going to go up to here. So you're hitting the third course, 4th fret. So it's... each of those individually. E minor chord. Oops. Do that again. Which is really just your D5 chord, but sus4 if you include the G at the top. That's my little pedal note, inverted pedal up there. And then, which is really there. C major chord, going to full G major chord, G over D, to back to your D sus4 chord again, and then ending on your G5. So first chord, that's your second chord, that's your third chord, that's your fourth chord, that's your fifth chord, that's your last chord. So it's every beat. 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what you're aiming for, is that sort of descending bass line there. But with chords added to it. And I just use that sometimes at the end, you know, of a little phrase or something, just like a little turnaround. Let's just go back to the start and see, can we spot where that comes in? Okay, so there's a couple of wee things in there that I was adding. That's just like a full roll in the open course. Down, up, down, up, down. Down, up, down, up, down. If you don't want to do it, it just down, up, down, down. So it's the same sort of strumming pattern as before. All you're doing is putting a little up in between. Now that one is a little more of a hammer on. That's another roll. So yeah, hit the string and then hammer on, and I suppose a pull off, a hammer off. So, and then an up. So I'm only using two things with the right hand here, down and an up, but it's the hammer on and the sort of pull off. Dum dum dum. And the very last thing is just another down. So down, hammer on, pull off, up and down. Okay, I'm trying to come up with, like, the normal way I play this is literally just chords all the time. I'm trying to come up with something different than what I normally would do. Most of the time it'd be something like... It's all just based around the third chorus, so this is a new little idea. There's three ways of ending it. Whatever of those three, well, one of those you can use. There's three different ways of doing it. Like, there's loads of different ways of doing it, but we'll know. Let's try doing it a little bit faster, and we'll know which one we want to do. I'm just going to show you guys. I'm using the Vision here as usual, and I just want to loop it. So is that going to sound looped? That's a bit too quick. So move this a little bit over. That's a little bit too slow now. So it's somewhere in between though, where I had it, maybe here. That'll do, won't it? I think. Listen. Yeah, I'll do. Okay. Yeah, I think I prefer the second one now. Da-da-da-dum. Yeah. Loads of ways of doing this one. Okay, I'll come up with little melodic ideas in a second. it's the second half that I'm not really happy about that, doing that. I'm relying too much on that E minor. Maybe coming up with a counter melody to the actual melody. It seems to be going up, so maybe going contrary motion to that might be nice. You know, where you go back the opposite direction to what the melody's doing. Yeah, so. Trying to come up with something better than that, because it is a wee bit too basic. I think it's just there's not enough like interest, melodic interest in that. Let me see if I can come up with something for that. This is only the second half. It's the first half's kind of done. It's the second half that I want to come up with something nice. Actually, just make sure that it's live. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with something better than that. At least it's coming out. Good stuff. Okay, so let's see if I can come up with something for that second half. Where does the second half start? Is it here? Yeah. So I'm just going to repeat that section. Try and repeat that. Oops. Try that again. Yeah, that progression doesn't work as well, I think, when it's up to full speed, because you're moving from one chord to the next too quickly. There's too many chord changes, I think anyway. You know, you're not really getting a lot of time in each chord. Yeah, so that's not as nice. That's it. I was trying to figure out how to get down to that. I've got to take my finger off. Radio. Yeah. Well, there's about 50 different ways of doing that now. I have to pick one and stick to it. That's it. Yay! Okay, let's try and get it up to full speed. This is where I'm messing it up, is this second part. I'm doing two hits on that, what you call it, second course there. I should be doing two, shouldn't I? Okay. Yeah, fingers are starting to go already. Okay. Now let's just undo the divides that I put in there just so I can play the whole thing. Okay, so before I record it, I'm just going to go through it nice and slow just to make sure I've got it right in my head, where each section, this is the A section to start off with. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to record this, so what am I going to be using for this? Let me see. Record in landscape and portrait at the same time. Full Bouzouki mode. Oh, okay. Full Bouzouki. That's full Bouzouki mode. So you guys should be able to see, hopefully anyway, the full. Let me see. Am I going to be able to? No. Turn without that getting in the way. Maybe it's better just doing it high. Yeah, because I actually don't need full Bazooki mode if I'm doing it up high. You guys should be able to see the right hand. Yeah, that's better actually. Okay, so we'll record it that way. Record in landscape and portrait at the same time, full Bazooki mode. Yeah, okay, so here we go. Right, I forgot about the roll. Yeah. Yeah. How am I going to remember this now? Yeah, I've got to remember to start on that roll. I keep forgetting that. But do I want to start on it every time? It's going to get a bit repetitive. Okay, sometimes then just... Well, let's just keep going and see what we come up with. Right. Yeah. Comes after that. I think it's better actually doing it that way. Yeah, that's what I forget. Radio, which one? That's it. I think I got it. No. Famous last words. Let's see. Actually, I'll just do it one more time just to be sure. So. Wait a minute, I'm doubting myself, and it actually sounds. I think it sounds right. Okay, let's just try it a few more times. Let's try that again. me try it. I think it's that roll. It's not the first one, it's the second one. Half the time I'm forgetting to do that. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I end up doing sometimes. So there's always something that I'm thinking I'm forgetting to do, and I think that's what it is. Or that's it. That's what I forgot. Okay, let's do it properly now. Finally, it really took me like half an hour to figure that out. Forgotten it completely. Let's try it again. we're bound to have gotten something in there. Oh, okay. So yeah, that is probably what I was trying to do the whole way through it was avoid this chord, because that's my go-to chord all the time for that B section, and I just you know, try to come up with something new that I'm not doing. I wanted something different. I'm not using that E minor chord all the time. I don't think I did E minor. God, I hope I didn't anyway. Yeah, I didn't use E minor at all, thank goodness. That would have been annoying. Okay. Radio. I'll just go back to, let me see, desktop view as well. Actually, I think we could probably end it there tonight. I don't think there's anything else that I need to record for that one. So yeah, as usual, guys, these you know, practice with me sessions are turning in more into like, here's new stuff that's going to be added to stuff. Okay, so the Kesh jig's going to be up and running pretty soon, I'd say, over the next day or two, in the app. It might take me a while to get the, like, I'll have to go through like the 20 minutes of recording that I did there with just the Bazooka accompaniment to pull out like a decent version, you know, one where I'm actually doing what I want to do. There's the problem with doing it this way. It's very, it's actually quite untraditional, because usually when you play something, you're not as, you know, scientific or as precise as all this, you know, where I have to do this at this particular bar and this particular bar. But when you're sort of putting it into an online course, you do have to sort of, you know, be a wee bit more strict so students can follow along, you know, that this isn't just a new thing every single time. That will come with you guys who are in the courses. That's what you're aiming for eventually, is to be able to, you know, play like a tune 3 different ways, you know, each time you repeat it. So you're not always looking just to do it the exact same way every time. So it can be a bit tricky when I want to say, oh, you know, I can do this or I can do that, and say, no, try to remember what you decided you were doing, the second part of A or the first part of B or whatever. So if we went through it, the beginning should be, you can either do this on the second course, 5th fret above the capo, if you want, or you can just do it in the first course and leave it all droned. Don't forget that roll. That's the roll I kept forgetting. That da da ba da dum. So down, hammer on, hammer off, kind of, or pull off, and then up, up, da 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 dum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 parts to that. Down, hammer on, pull off, up, down, all on the second course. Maybe that's where I was messing up every time, is what happens. Yeah, I can do the roll there again. See, if I was playing that in a session, I wouldn't be worried about playing it the exact same way twice through. But I think for learning, it is quite handy to know, to sort of nail down a particular idea or motif or whatever. Okay, one more. Here we go. Okay. Okay, we'll leave it there. I promise. I could easily spend all night just doing this, but I won't. So yeah, we'll leave it there, guys. And what we'll do next week is move on to another tune. So keep an eye out for the Kesh jig that will make its way into the app. For any of you guys who are using the app, if there's anything you're not sure about, or if there's any tunes that you want me to do, yeah, let me know. Like, it's all for you guys, so it's no problem if there's a particular tune you want me to learn. I do know the Kesh jig, like on pipes and flute and stuff, although I haven't said that. That's the first time I've recorded it ever on whistle, I think. So that was interesting. And probably the first time I'm trying to do it without that crutch of E minor. So it's always nice, I think, when you're revisiting old tunes to try out different patterns, try and relearn it, try and approach it as if it's the first time that you're coming across the tune, come up with fresh ideas. And then obviously what I'm going to do, for tin whistle lessons is I'll probably end up coming up with like several different accompaniments for it, combine the old and the new together, see what works best. So yeah, it's as I say, it's a living tradition. It shouldn't be solidified that there's only one way of accompanying it or one way of playing it. It should always be evolving. So you should be doing that with your own tunes, guys. Don't think that you've ever just learned a tune and that's it forever. You have to sort of go back over them and come up with other ideas and other melodies and listen to other people, what they're doing. Everyone has their own way of doing it, so you'll learn something from everybody. Yeah. Okay, we'll leave it there, guys, and I shall see you again tomorrow if you're about for the Ask Me Anything sessions, and if not, I'll see you again next week for practice with me at it's now the new time is 6 to half 7 ish, now 8:05. So I'll see you next week, guys. Take it easy. All the best.